crazy.
Welcome to the Shield Football Podcast. I'm your host, Fredo. With me today is that boy, Jay. What up, Jay? How you doing today, man?
I'm doing great. A lot of people about to start getting some money. A lot of teams going to look differently in a couple days. So it's a good time. Good time to talk some football.
Yeah.
And I'm excited.
All right, man. That sounds pretty good. Yeah, man. Today we don't have but that boy DC. He couldn't make it today's episode, but it's me and Jay and my boy Steven in the back running things like he always does. But before we do all that, good morning. How y'all doing today? Sipping this coffee. Good morning. So yeah, man, Jay. Like, let's go down, man. Like a lot of stuff has been happening, man, for the past week. Let's start off with Mike Evans, man. So he's re-signed with the Buccaneers for 2 years for $52 million, and out of that $52 million, 35 is guaranteed, man. To me, that's a kind of like a little bit too much, but what he does, man, year in year out with that organization, I don't know. I feel like he wants to finish his career with Tampa. It's kind of a little bit too much up there. Remember, he's like about to be 30, or he is 30. I think he's gonna be 31 now, going into the season, man. So, what are your thoughts on that, man?
It makes sense now. He got his ring already.
Yeah,
he's comfortable in Tampa, and evidently the Buccaneers have a good environment around them, a good ecosystem, because a lot of those people are saying they want to stick around Tampa. We kind of doubted, debated on all these other great landing spots, and he went back.
yeah.
He may or may not been able to get that money from somebody else. He's still a great receiver in the league, but he's comfortable there, and I'm fine with it. To go along with that, hell, we talked about Baker. Baker got his 3-year deal worth $150 million, $50 million guaranteed. So, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a little bit more than I probably thought he was going to get. But what you think about the Baker deal?
To me, that when you compare it to like a Daniel Jones, it's more reasonable. I think Baker's better than Dan Jones as a quarterback. At least Baker can run and he can throw it better than him. It's a cheap deal for being a quarterback. It's not breaking numbers really, but I think it's pretty much fair. Okay. It's not breaking the bank, so I think it works out for him and for the team as well. Oh, so what are your thoughts on that, though?
Yeah, it works out. They were gonna get something done.
Yeah.
The problem is, it's weird for me to see them go, put some eggs in the basket of a Baker Mayfield who is like, he ain't gonna get you where you want to go.
Yeah.
So it's like you're already topped out. Y'all won a game in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get too high on that, because now another year goes by.
Yeah.
Maybe your division gets better.
Exactly.
Now you go. Now you're third in the division because you already put money into Baker. But other than that, I mean, it is what it is. We knew he was going to stay there. I just didn't think he was going to stay there for a $50 million guaranteed contract. But I guess it is what it is,
Yeah. A great point right there. Within the division, like last year that division didn't look so great. Coming into this year, we don't know who's going to be the quarterback for Atlanta. We don't know how the Saints are going to look like. But the Saints have a true potential to be a competitor within that division. And Carolina, man, we still don't know how that's going to turn out with them having a new head coach. And let's see what weapons they could bring around. What's his name? Bryce Young.
Mhm.
We don't know, man. But as of right now, man, like the Buccaneers are like the top dogs in that division, at least right now on
Yeah.
paper. But we'll see though, man. So let's go to some more news right here. Of course, we know one of the Kelsey brothers retired.
Yeah.
Jason Kelsey officially retired from the NFL after 13 seasons. He was 36. He was a Super Bowl champion, 6-time All Pro, and 7-time Pro Bowler. Man, great career right there. What a character, man. He was one of the best, man. What are your thoughts on that, Jay?
Well deserved. He's getting a lot of accolades. A lot of people are saying great things about him.
Yeah,
It's weird to see a sinner get this much praise, though.
yeah,
I mean, he's a sinner. He got a ring. He was kind of the heart of Philly. I'll give him that. He was more Philly than even Hurts is.
Mm.
Like, to me, when you think about the Eagles, you think about how Kelsey
yeah,
kind of set the standard for that team. I don't think he should have had like an hour-long press conference about it.
Mm.
I mean, you're a sinner.
yeah,
It is what it is. He's gonna be in the Hall of Fame. And I'm glad, as a Cowboys fan, I'm glad to see him go.
yeah,
And that dude was annoying. In a good way though.
yeah,
I knew he was gonna be on his P's and Q's, so
yeah,
I was like, all right, yeah, get him away from going against our team. The way he would play the block, the way he pulled,
mm,
how athletic he was, and then he's famous now,
yeah.
so he can do other stuff off the field.
Yeah, absolutely. He has a podcast with his brother.
Mhm.
Very successful, man. They have
Yeah.
great guests coming in, coming out. One thing what people gravitate to him a lot is because he is the everyday, person and living in this country. He just the basics of basics. Just he's like the all American type of person. You know what I'm saying? Like the everyday blue collar type. But yeah, man. To me, he's such a great career, man. Like you mentioned as well, man. He's gonna be doing well off. If anything,
Yeah.
I think he's gonna be more successful out the field than within the field. But football did make that it helped him,
Right.
to build his brand per se, and with his brother as well. So we know that he's still gonna be around, around the NFL and around football. Like I liked him if he was behind a booth. I think his knowledge of the game would be very, very thought of, and like I said, he's very spoken as well, man. So his knowledge also of the game, I think that will help, and his character and all that, man.
Yeah, you're gonna see him on Sundays.
Yeah.
He's gonna be on Fox.
Yeah.
I almost guarantee that he's gonna be a part of that Fox morning crew.
Yeah, hey, that'd be awesome. Would you like him to be a commentator or
No.
with a group of guys?
Yeah, the group of guys.
Yeah.
I would like to see him going back and forth with Gronk and Michael Strahan.
Yeah.
Bradshaw, like just shooting the shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? In the booth, I'm not too familiar with his like commentary. Like, can he be a color guy in the booth? I don't know. But
Yeah.
I know for a fact that he can talk
Oh yeah.
shit with everybody else. So that's what I want to see him do.
Yeah, absolutely, man. All right, man. Well, so we wish him the best of the best. But like I said, man, he's gonna be around.
Yeah.
He's gonna be around football. All right, let's move on to the next one right here, bro. The Broncos released quarterback Russell Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
Russell Wilson will become official when the new year begins, which is the 13th. He can sign with anybody, but he's already signed with somebody since he was let go. Um, the Broncos are going to take on 35 million dead money of it,
Mhm.
and they're going to pay 50 million of his contract as well. So overall, there's like 86 million they're gonna have to pay
Yeah.
to him. So yeah, man. So Russell Wilson was let go last week, and he just signed with the Steelers last night.
Mhm.
Jerome, man, what are your thoughts on that, man?
Uh, it's it's not surprising. I think
What?
that's one of the teams that we kind of had him potentially going
Yeah,
to. Um, he's only going to cost $1.2 million.
cheap
Yeah, super cheap.
for the Steelers.
That's yeah for the Steelers.
Yeah, Steelers only gonna pay
Um,
1 point something million for his contract.
it is so he's not guaranteed to be the starter,
Yeah,
which is fine. He's had a couple down years, but he's going to win it. He's projected to be a competitor to Kenny Pickett, which
Yeah.
is not really
Yeah.
a competition. One dude has a Super Bowl ring, and other dude is got really small hands.
yep,
Um, it'll be interesting.
yeah,
I think he can help them take another small step forward. He's not gonna make them a instant Super Bowl caliber team. He's just gonna be like, all right, well, you're you're that closer to being a playoff team.
yeah,
And Mike Tomlin don't get losing records. So
yeah,
I'm happy that he signed there. George Pickens should be happy.
yeah,
That D ball is still pretty, so
yeah.
we'll see.
So I think this right here is gonna be a great fit, man. I feel Russell Wilson just needed a good coach to keep him leveled. The first coach that he had in Denver, man, I forgot that dude's name, man.
You're
Not
talking about Hackett?
yeah, Hackett didn't cut it for him, and then what's his name? Oh boy, now Sean Payne
he
just
didn't believe in
he just didn't like him, man. He wasn't viable with him like that, man. So and like I saw it, and I heard it somewhere else, man. Like Sean Payne never talked to Drew Brees like that, all crazy in the sidelines.
Oh no,
You know,
Drew Brees is a great,
yeah,
one of the greatest now, and they probably saw the game the same.
yeah. So so I think maybe he just doesn't work out with that type of coaching, and I think Mike, I think he's gonna be more calm, more chill, more in his vibe, man, because it's all about chemistry as well, man. You gotta have chemistry with the coach, with the organization, your teammates and all that, man. So I think that right there is gonna be more in his level. You know what I'm saying?
And another thing is he's with Arthur Smith as his OC.
Yeah.
They're going to lean heavily on
The running game.
Jalen Warren and Najee Harris. Then they're going to take their play action shots downfield with George Pickens. So that might end up being like the best case for him. Get him out of all the shotgun. Get him under center. You know what I'm saying? He played better in the second half of the year last year. So if they can encapsulate a little bit more of how he played then and bring it into 2024, I think they'll be all right. It's still too tough for the division to call.
Yeah.
Like they're not the best team in the division just because they signed him.
Yeah. All right, so let's go on and talk about the next one, man. Let's talk about your quarterback, man, Dak Prescott. So right now we know him in his last year of his 4-year deal.
Mm-hmm.
So he's confident that him and the Cowboys are going to work out a deal. He said hopefully by this season. What are your thoughts on that, man?
He's gonna get a deal. The Cowboys are failing the way that they get him under contract. Every time it's time to give him some money, the Cowboys mess up the negotiation. They mess up the scheduling of it. It should be he shouldn't have been up right now for an extension. They should have got this the first contract, the other contract. They should have got that done differently.
Yeah.
Um, he's got all the leverage. He's
Yeah.
gonna get his money.
Yeah.
Um, it's just people are gonna have to get used to the amount of money he's being paid. And then like according to PFF, he's third best quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
It's just his. I would have liked him to have a Patrick Mahomes type longer deal the first time.
Yeah.
Like he's going to hit them for so much money this time that
Yeah.
is crazy. But it is what it is. That's the business. I still think he's a good borderline great quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
Like I said, PFF has him behind Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, right above Josh Allen.
Yeah.
So if y'all would give those people a new big contract, and then you should give Dak one. It's just the timing of it is unfortunate because they really don't have the money. They can make it to where his first couple of years are cheap, and then they're backloaded. But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about backloading a Dak contract.
Yeah.
So I would love to see how they get everything yearly.
Mm-hmm.
But he's gonna get his money. I just hope he takes maybe a large signing bonus or a large signing bonus, and then allows us to get CD Micah done in the next 2 years.
Yeah. So right now, Prescott's current deal includes a no trade clause,
Right.
no trade and no trade clause as well.
No, you can't franchise.
Yeah, you can't non-tag. Yeah,
Yeah.
a non-tag one, and also so he becomes an unrestricted free agent next year, 2025.
Mhm.
So what I'm trying to come with this now, Jerron, is Joe Burrow is currently the highest paid quarterback, an average of salary $55 million. So Prescott most likely is going to want something in that range.
Yeah.
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 That's crazy, man. Like you're right, man. I think the Cowboys should have gave him like a
Yeah.
like a Mahomes type of deal.
Yeah, because to me, it just feels like we just talked about his contract.
Yeah.
It's still like raw. His first contract, they were debating on if Dak should get $40 million,
Yeah.
and he overplayed that
Yeah.
because now look, Daniel Jones is getting $40 million. So it's all going to work out because like everybody's going to get paid more. Like eventually, Patrick Mahomes is going to be making like over $100
Yeah.
million a year.
And
It's going to keep going up. Like Dak is going to get 60. Eventually, like a Daniel Jones level quarterback is going to get 60, and y'all going to be like, oh well, that's the old news.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to get in a uproar, like, oh, Dak getting 60 million. Everybody's going to get that in a little bit.
So now is like with Mahomes, we know he got an extension. Was it before this season or was it after the season? That what's it called? Like he got a little bit more money.
Yeah.
But it didn't affect none of his contract. Meaning that like it didn't affect so much the team because it's still currently within that same original contract, that 10-year he signed. He just getting a little more money up front now. So. Oh God, man, the way how the Chiefs do it now at that time was crazy, but makes sense now because you knew you're going to have this cap for the next 10 years. Yeah, man, that makes so much sense right there. So let's move on to the next one right here, Jerron. So we know that the Giants did not put Saquon Barkley in the franchise tag,
Right.
So he is going to become a free agent. You got that going on. Which other teams didn't put the tags on the?
Really, the thing is, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tags were issued.
Yeah,
which is really low.
It is. Yeah.
I last week I talked about getting rid of the franchise tag, and it looks like teams themselves were like, we're not going to franchise. And if we are franchising, we're franchising to signed them to a deal.
Yeah.
Justin Madubuike deal, Jalen Johnson deal. I'm sure Michael Pittman is going to end up getting a deal off his franchise tag. But and then franchising a running back is the worst thing you can do because that's already you're giving them top of the market money and they're running back. Like Saquon, he missed a lot of time already last year. He's known for missing time with soft tissue injuries. And for the Giants to go forward, they can't be spending that much money on a running back who helps them get 5 wins a year.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with it. For Saquon himself, it seems like he wants $10 million a year.
Yeah.
Not many teams are gonna do that. I'm sure he wants to go to the Eagles or the Cowboys, but they're not gonna get that money. He's gonna have to take a discount to end up back on the Cowboys, or back in the NFC East with the Cowboys, the Eagles. Most likely, he probably goes to a AFC West team or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, so I had that going on. That, to me, that was pretty interesting. In the next news right here, man, the next topic, the Texans and Don Schultz re-signed to a three-year extension, $36 million extension, man. That includes that $24 million guaranteed. Schultz, he's coming in one of his good seasons right here, man. It's pretty solid. He's still 27 years old. And we know that CJ Stroud also vouched for him and this after the season, saying that he would like him back. And hey, man, they got his wish, and he's getting his tight end back. So this contract right here, man. So it wasn't breaking the bank. To me. I think on both sides it works out pretty fairly. Maybe just a little bit more overpaid. Just a little bit, not too much, but he's in a range of, he's not making more than Kelsey, he's not making more than Kittle, he's not making more than Andrews. He's like right below that, So, I think for his value, they paid, like what he was expected to be paid. What are your thoughts on that, man?
Yeah, I think it's a good contract for both sides.
Yeah.
He had 59 receptions last year, 635 yards, 5 touchdowns. So, I think is pretty good on both ends. You can't complain if you're a Texans fan.
Yeah.
I did find it funny that he took a shot at the Cowboys.
Oh yeah, when with that report,
when he
that grade,
it was all
like it was a zoo over there.
Yeah, and he was saying it's all about football
down here in Houston.
In Houston.
Well, look. So we know Jerry Jones to be a marketing genius, and that's the part of being a Cowboy. The spotlight is always going to be on the players, always going to be on the star, always going to be on the owner. So I get it. It's more marketing, more business over there, and that's why that team's successful as a brand.
Yeah.
Would you like that to be on the field? Of course, I'm pretty sure you would, right?
I mean, if it's been on the field.
Yeah, but it hasn't been.
It has. I mean, no, but
since the '90s. That's what I'm trying to say.
It's kind of tough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not easy to. So my thing is, he said it's a zoo. I mean, it's
like a zoo.
The zoo was
so
true.
So what got me is he said that you could be in the working out right there, and in the weight room, and they got a glass in between where people can see you, and people will tap. And he's like, hey, trying to get the attention.
Yeah.
He's trying to do like his get physical, get ready, but it's hard when you got people almost in the locker room with him.
I mean, it's hard for some people.
Yeah.
So my thing is, yes, there are tours.
Yeah.
Right? It's the most famous team in the country.
Yeah.
In any sport. So I've taken the tour through the Star 3 times. when they take you around, they take you to where they work out, and yeah, sometimes there are players in there working out, and they tell you not. Of course, they tell you not to tap on glass.
Yeah.
But I can see where he's like, "Well, I'm lifting, and people are watching me lift." I'm like, I mean,
Yeah.
and some people it might mess up. Like I've seen Dak working out, and everybody's yelling at Dak. Um, I saw Ferguson working out, the tight end, and I found it pretty interesting that he came out and he was like, "Well, it's a privilege to play for the Cowboys."
Yeah.
Like that comes with good, it comes with bad.
Yeah.
Like if you see a lot of times post playing career, Cowboys players are
Behind the camera.
behind the camera, in front of the camera, on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
I just found it. Yeah, I mean it is like a zoo a little bit, but so are the Lakers. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So,
the Yankees.
So are the Yankees.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna come with
the Dodgers. You know, like
hell. If you look at the Chiefs now, Patrick Mahomes is on every commercial.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce's on every commercial. Andy Reid, hell, the coach,
the Nuggies
is on every.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they have Patrick Mahomes, so
Yeah.
they're a Super Bowl because they got the best player in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys don't have the best player in the league. If Patrick Mahomes was a Cowboy, I'm sure
Yeah.
we would be in the same position, but
Yeah.
he's not. So, and if Andy Reid was the coach, they just got the perfect setup to go along with their success.
Yeah.
Or go along with their, I wouldn't say zoo, but go along with all the
attention.
The attention
Yeah.
they bring in. I just found that kind of funny. I'm like, nobody ever complains about it while they're a Cowboy.
Yeah.
They always go somewhere else where, like,
After.
Cole Beasley said the same thing.
Yeah.
He was, but he took advantage of it when he was a Cowboy. He released a rap album.
Yeah.
When he was a Cowboy, and I heard the rap album because of that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what he's doing. No, I don't think anybody knows what he was doing in Buffalo because he had no more spotlight.
Yeah.
He's just another dude.
Yeah.
So when you go to other teams, you just end up being another player. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, like I always said, man, like, you know, Jerry Jones is a marketing genius, man. You know, what he made that franchise be the value of it now, you know, it's like, especially, you know, when he bought that team, you know, it was already recognizable, you know, we had America's team name on it already, but he took that and he made sure everybody knew that as America's team. All right, let's go to something else right here, Jerron. All right, so we know that the Seahawks, man, released Jamal Adams, man. They acquired him from the Jets about 2 years ago, right? About 2-3 years ago. And I feel like he didn't bring that same energy as he did while he was with the Jets. Really, man, he stayed mostly hurt when he came to the Seahawks, man. What are your thoughts on this, Jay?
The game passed him by. He's a safety who's really a linebacker. And hell, at times with the Jets, he was an edge rusher.
Yeah.
He's just in the middle ground of only a handful of defensive coordinators can do anything with him. Because you can't keep him back there deep. He'll get burnt. We've seen that last year.
Yeah.
If you put him in a box, they just run at him.
Yeah.
So he's a tweener who's like the game passed by. If he was in the 1990s on the Steelers or something like that, or the Redskins, he would have made more sense. But he's just good luck to whoever signs him. Maybe they make him a nickel linebacker and go from there.
Yeah, I agree, man. His time in Seattle wasn't that great, man. So they had to let him go. Man, just bring somebody younger, man. Like, it's crazy. A bunch of safeties got released this week, man. So you know, we're gonna jump on those little by little. The Raiders they didn't want to have any business with Josh Jacobs. Now he's another running back that also goes to the free agency market, which today, well, actually within an hour, their agents can talk to teams and set deals already. But they can officially sign with the teams by Wednesday. So yeah, man. So that's another running back right there. Um, and and let me see. Let's see what else we got over here. Speaking of another safeties, Jordan Poyer. Yeah, Poyer. He got released as well, and he was with Buffalo for a minute, man. So that's another one right there. He got released.
I think that's a name that the Texans should think about bringing in.
Yeah.
In addition to what they have already.
Yeah.
The hot name as a safety though is Justin Simmons.
Yeah.
All pro. He played 8 years in Denver.
Yeah.
Now he can do some stuff.
Yeah.
All this is stemming from the Russell Wilson trade because he's too good of a player to just be letting go.
Yeah.
He'll save the Broncos 14.5 against the cap, but he will be a hot commodity.
Yeah, he would.
If the Cowboys, Texans, Eagles, hell, Tennessee, all our teams should be looking at trying to get him in to be the free safety of their team because he was all pro. He's still good. He's not that old. I think he would help the defense.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's crazy, Ron. I feel like the safeties now are the new running backs of the league now. Meaning like their value ain't much.
Yeah.
Per se. I want to say, man, like a bunch of, I want to say about 10 safeties got released and like good names also, man.
Yeah.
Like three years ago, man, like these commodities of safeties, man, like they were like high dollar, and now he's just.
Well, it's going to the way that defenses are playing. Most defenses are playing far back, too deep.
Yeah.
They're playing. They're not playing to where Ed Reed was center fielder.
Yeah.
And he had to cover sideline to sideline.
Yeah.
Now they're playing cover 4, cover 2, just because they're trying to stop the deep passing game of all these teams.
Yeah.
And you can't hit no more. So the Roy Williams, the Troy Palomalus, the Sean Taylors.
Yeah.
They just can't. They can't function anymore.
Yeah.
So, they're gonna start being cheaper. I wouldn't necessarily just spend high dollar if I don't have to on the safety, especially if you're gonna play too deep of quarters.
Yeah.
And then all they're doing is keeping the offense from throwing over their heads. They're not coming down and making as many plays as they used to. So they're going to take a hit, and that's kind of how the business is going.
Yeah. So in this other news right here, so the Bills and outside linebacker Von Miller have agreed to restructure his contract. That ridiculous contract.
Yeah.
Who the hell gives that person that much money when he's like, what, 34, 35? So they restructured his contract. So the Bills now will save almost to $9 million with this new deal. Jerron, what do you think about the Bills giving Von Miller that contract, man?
The original contract?
Yeah, the original contract.
Oh, yeah, that was a mistake. They treated him like he was the last piece to get to a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And you never are supposed to do that.
Yeah.
Anybody who has built the team, who talks on the microphone, who has been around team builders know that you're never one player away.
Yeah.
So they treated him like he was the last piece to a Super Bowl, and he's older. He's took a step back.
Yeah.
He just wasn't effective in the playoffs at all. So
exactly.
That is a huge mistake. Now they're trying to get out of a corner because they're just trying to lower his cap number, and they're already taking a hit because because of his cap number, they're having to release other good players.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
That the whole Buffalo Bills thing is kind of kind of house of cards.
Yeah, it is, man. And and most of the players that let him go is from the defense side of the ball.
Right.
So yeah. All right, and so we go jump onto this one right here. The Saints are re-signing Tyrann Mathieu to a 2-year deal for $13 million. That's pretty cheap, man. That's like a hometown discount right there, man. What we thoughts on that, Jay?
It is what it is. He's at home. He's
Yeah.
kind of one of the mascots of the team now. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's not like it's not like it used to be.
Yeah.
But you know, okay.
Yeah. The Bears are signing cornerback Jalen Johnson to a 4-year deal extension, $76 million, man. What you thoughts on that, Jay?
Good deal. He balled out.
Hey, dude.
Trying to see. He's the second best corner in the league last year, according to PFF.
Yeah.
Who PFF is hit and miss sometimes, but I think normally they're around the right range. Like if he may not be the second best corner, he might be the third or fourth, but it's around that area. So they had him as the second best corner last year, above Sauce Gardner, above L'Jarius Sneed, above Stingley, names like that.
Yeah.
So he deserved to get his money, and Chicago was right to give him his money. So that's cool.
Yep. So speaking of more contracts right here, man, the Ravens signed defensive tackle Justin Madubuike for 4 years for $98 million extension. That includes a $75 million guaranteed money right there, man. Good deal or bad?
Give me the numbers again.
So for 4 years, $98 million. That includes $75 million guaranteed.
That's a lot.
That's a lot, man.
He is a good player. He was the cornerstone of that defense. Yeah. But yeah, that's a lot. Chris Jones just got signed and he got more than that, but he's not that close to Chris Jones.
Yeah, no.
But he balled out. It's good to see them playing their own players, so I got to go with them.
Yeah,
because it's not like he's an outside free agent. They know everything about him, so if they paid him that money, they think he's worth it.
Yeah,
so I'll give that a A.
Yeah,
because the franchise who did it, I trust.
Okay.
If it was like the Bengals or something, I don't trust.
Yeah, because we know that the Ravens don't pay that much, man. When they do, it's like they know this. It's a good deal for them. All right, so let's talk about this trade right here, Jerome. Man, the Broncos traded Jerry Jeudy, man, to the Browns in exchange for a 2024 fifth pick and a sixth pick for this year, man. Talk about cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I would have gave them a fourth round pick for him easily, man. If I was a GM, Jay, what your thoughts on this, man? What's going on with Jerry Jeudy? Or was it the Broncos, man?
He's been rumored for 2 years to be getting shipped out, and they finally did it. If I'm the Cleveland Browns, I'm ecstatic because somehow they keep robbing teams
of receivers,
like a fifth round for Amari Cooper. They got a fifth and a sixth for Jerry Jeudy.
And then also, what's the name of the one that got from the Jets?
Elijah Moore. They got a nice receiver room. It's going to get expensive soon. So that's why he went for such a cheap price. They're gonna have to give him some money. But it was only a matter of time. The Denver Broncos had Marvin Mims ready to take his spot.
Mm-hmm.
Marvin Mims compares favorably to a Brandon Cooks, a deep threat. And with Jerry Jeudy, he's so hit or miss.
Yeah.
Like good route runner, misses time, hands aren't always super consistent. So we'll see how he does in Cleveland with Deshaun Watson and Joe Flacco throwing him the ball, but it's a good deal for Cleveland.
Yeah.
You don't have to get much up. It's just cap, basically. And then for Denver, it's a whole rebuild. It's. I think Cortland Sutton might be next. So if you're a wide receiver needed team, call him up. You might be able to get Cortland Sutton for. Cortland Sutton's better, so he might go for a fourth. You know, something like that. But yeah, Denver's breaking it up.
Yeah, they are, man. All right. So let's go back to Chris Jones' contract details, man. So him and the Chiefs have decided to work out a contract, and this includes a 5-year deal, $95 million. That's guaranteed. Jesus, that's
it's guaranteed.
Yeah,
it's guaranteed. $60 million to sign.
Yeah,
so he signed. He got $60 million, and on March 25th, he's going to get another $35 million on top of that.
Damn. Yeah. All right. So we think about this signing. Good, bad, fair?
It's great.
Yeah. For who though?
It's for both.
For both. Okay.
He and the defense are probably 60-70% of the reason why they're Super Bowl champions. He balls out. He plays defensive end. He plays defensive interior. He it's super tough to do what he does in the middle of that line. Again, going back to PFF, he's the third best interior defensive lineman behind Dexter Lawrence, Aaron Donald, and he's up for a contract. He couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah,
the Chiefs, they couldn't afford to have him actually test the market, so they paid a premium for him. The cap hits for this year, he's only going to cost $7.35 million for this year.
Yeah.
And then after that, 2025, 34.8. Then it goes to 41, 34, and then 41. So according to Spotrac, it's really a 3-year, $95 million deal.
Yeah.
Which is
pretty fair.
Not bad.
Yeah. Pretty fair. Okay. Yeah, to me, that's a great signing right there. Like you said, great point. You could say that the defense helped out more than the offense for that Super Bowl push, especially in the playoffs, man.
Well, the whole year they were the ones keeping teams at 21 points, and all they had to do is have a way for Patrick Mahomes to just get to 24. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or 27. They were very dominant.
Yeah.
And now let's see what happens with Snead.
Yeah.
They franchise Snead, so most likely they're gonna keep him on the franchise. They said he could seek a trade, but if I'm the Chiefs, I'm keeping the whole core together, and then we're gonna just add some more explosiveness on the offense, and let's try to win another Super Bowl.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's go to a quarterback here, man. Mac Jones got traded to the Jaguars, man, for an exchange, a 2024 6th-round pick. And that's it, man. Like, Mac Jones is no longer a Patriots, man. Like, we know they got a new head coach, the new GM. I guess they want to bring in their own people now, and we know that the Patriots have the 3rd pick overall this year. So we know they're going to go quarterback now. That's for sure. So we know the Patriots are going to maybe see if they can move up a spot or two. Maybe, we don't know what they're really thinking, or what exactly they're going to try to get, or maybe they're going to try to get what's his name, Kirk Cousins to New England. We don't know yet, man. With the number 3 spot, they could get old boy from Ohio State, Harrison,
Marvin Harrison. Yeah,
they could get him over there. What are your thoughts on this, Jay?
They've got a lot they can do. We know that they're gonna have a new quarterback. This might be a Justin Fields landing spot also.
Yeah.
This is just more of a signal to say, all right, we're doing we're getting new blood in here. Mac Jones is bad blood. Now he's a backup in Jacksonville, which is good.
Yeah.
Because Trevor Lawrence has been nicked up, missing games. So they got a good backup for a 6th-round pick. But other than that, nothing really big.
Yeah. So I'm going to give you a little recap of the 2021 first round QB class. Okay. So I'm going to start off with Trevor Lawrence. He's still the starter. He's been somewhat. Would you say he's more average or fair at this point in his career?
I mean, he's a little above average.
A little above average? Okay. And then you got Zach Wilson, second pick overall in the draft. And he hasn't panned out what a lot of people thought, especially being picked in that position. He's benched. Then you have Trey Lance, third overall. The 49ers gave us so much to move up to get him. And he got traded to your Cowboys. Okay? Then you have Justin Fields, 11th pick overall. He's said to be traded now. You know, there's a possibility. I say it's an 80-20 now. 80% that he will be traded, 20% he's not. That's crazy. Then we got Mac Jones that just got traded, and he was the 15th pick overall. This quarterback class from 2021 has not panned out as people thought it was. That's crazy. Now, Mac Jones, the 15th pick overall, and Trevor Lawrence are now teammates. Came out the same draft, and they're teammates now, man. One back up to the other one. Man, Jay, that's some crazy shit, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it makes you wonder what this quarterback class is eventually going to look like. I mean, everybody's saying Caleb Williams is a lock. May or may not. He might just end up being
generational. A lot of people comparing this quarterback class to the 2021. They're hyping it up as that.
Like, to me, I see Caleb Williams as a Kyler Murray more than a Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
Then we got Jaden Daniels. They're trying to say he's like a Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
I don't see that either. Drake May, he's just a project at this point. They're trying to say he's like Justin Herbert, who was also a project, but the projects could go either way. He could end up being like Justin Herbert, or he could be like Mitch Trubisky, another Carolina quarterback. Then Penix, older, and then Bo Nix, again older. Like, we're putting so much hype on this quarterback class. They could all bust. They could all end up being like Trey Lance and Mac Jones. Even though that was a weird year for quarterback, because of the COVID stuff. So, but we'll see how everything turns out.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's go back to the Eagles, man. So we know one of their great defensive tackles, Fletcher Cox, announced his retirement after 12 seasons, man. He's a 6-time Pro Bowler, first team All-Pro, 3 times second team All-Pro, and a Super Bowl champion, man. What do you think about his retirement, Jay? Great.
That's another one of them things. Like, I'm okay with it now.
Yeah.
He was a thorn in the side years ago. Now he's just more of a veteran leader.
Yeah.
Which is fine. That's another person walking out the door in Philly, but I mean, it is what it is. He's old enough. He did his time. He went through the injuries. He's slowing down. I mean, it's good for him to get going.
Yeah.
In another direction. But if it was a couple years ago, I would be happy. But right now, it is what it is.
Yeah, it was time.
They've got new blood in Philly now. It was time for him to go.
Yeah. All right. So now, did we cover about Baker?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did already. Yeah. All right. We got Baker already. So we also talked about Russell Wilson. Now he's with the Steelers, which is that's a good thing. And I want to say we still got one more, man. So now We got T. Higgins, man. He's requesting a trade from Cincinnati, man. So he was placed on the franchise tag, which he will be paid $21 million for that. He's 25 years old, man. This season wasn't so great for him. He only had 656 receiving yards and 5 touchdowns. And he only played 12 games this past season. What are your thoughts on this, Jay?
He is trying to leverage them to either pay me or let me go be a number one somewhere else.
Yeah.
Or be a high level number 2 like he is in Cincinnati. Cincinnati's a cheaper team, so they're gonna try to keep him on this franchise tag. I could see somebody like the Panthers don't have enough to get him on the trade.
Yeah.
But I could see him going to the Panthers as the number 1. But he's basically just leveraging them to tell him to give him his money. It probably is not going to work.
Yeah.
He probably will be back in Cincinnati, but I mean, it was worth a shot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Either pay me or let me go somewhere. And like you said, he had a down year.
Yeah.
So how much does he expect to get paid?
Exactly.
But I mean, it is what it is.
And they also didn't hope that his quarterback went out neither. So yeah. So we just got this news right here. Breaking news, man. The Colts just signed Michael Pittman Jr. to a 3-year contract extension worth up to $71.5 million. So basically, he's getting paid $21 million a year. For a receiver, that's pretty good, man. That's a fair deal right there. 3 years. What are your thoughts on this, Jay?
Yeah. They had to get that done.
Yeah.
He's not being paid as much as Mike Evans, and which is good. Like it seems like they're not overpaying too much on these cats.
Yeah.
Like Michael Pittman kind of realizes that he's a good up and coming young receiver.
Yeah.
But he's not one of the big dogs. He's not one of the
Justin Jefferson,
AJ Browns, Justin Jefferson,
Jamar Chase,
CeeDee Lambs, like that. He took a good deal, and it's going to work out for both sides. The Colts had a whole bunch of money already to spend, so they going along with that, they extended Zaire Franklin, the linebacker, who's a beast.
Yeah, which
they're keeping their core together. They just gotta add some more pieces. Zaire Franklin got a 3-year, $31.626 million contract extension. Now let's see if they can keep Anthony Richardson healthy and add to that team. They've got a good foundation.
Yeah,
that they're working with. Good guard. They got to get some more talent on that defensive line, but they're looking at it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Jay. That's it for the news right there, bro. So what are the topics you want to chop it up today about, man?
Well, free agency started.
Yeah,
there's more.
It's here, man.
There's like I said, money's gonna be flying around. People are gonna be taking trips. We wanted to see what are the best fits. Where do we want to see people play in 2024? I don't care about the realistic contracts. Just where do you want? For example, let's go ahead and get into it.
Okay, what's up?
Kirk Cousins. Where do you want him in 2024?
Ooh, Kirk Cousins to me, all right. He's towards his end of his career. He's up there in age. I say he has 2 more solid years in him, man. Like, you got to surround him with good talent. You can't send him to a team that's like 3 years behind. You got to send him with the team that it's right now. And to me, that team, man, unfortunately, besides the Vikings, is the Falcons, bro. I think the Falcons are the team that's ready to go. They're only missing a QB. And with Kirk Cousins, he just a plug in, and man, bro, they will be the number 1 contenders in that division if he goes over there. And then you have the Patriots, man. We know the Patriots on the rebuild, they're in the process to rebuilding that whole new team. We just saw they got rid of their quarterback that they drafted in the first round. Was it 3 years ago? So I wouldn't go to the Patriots. Steelers got their quarterback already. Which other team is out there in need of a quarterback, Jay?
Uh, a bunch
Or
of
Raiders? Yeah, you got the Raiders
Yeah.
as well. I think the Raiders be a second best fit for him.
Okay.
But I think the Raiders are going to stick right there at their spot
Mhm.
and maybe draft a quarterback. But Atlanta.
Yeah.
Atlanta's to me, yeah.
Yeah.
How about you?
I'm saying keep it simple. Atlanta, I agree with you. It's gonna be tricky trying to get him a price tag because he did tear his Achilles. You know what I'm saying? He did. He's coming off of that, and he's 36 off of torn Achilles.
Yeah.
So we'll see, but I would love to see him in Atlanta. Second, let's go with Christian Wilkins.
Mm.
Released straight up from
Yeah.
the Miami Dolphins, which
Yep.
is crazy.
Yeah.
Like I have no words to. Dude is 28,
Mm-hmm.
one of the best DTs in the league.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can come up with. He is, according to PFF again, number 10
Number 10 and what?
as a DT, top 10 defensive interior player. Still young, still explosive. Where would you like to see Christian Wilkins play?
Man, I would love to see Christian Wilkins down here in Houston. To me, I feel that with his help in this defense, man, would like it's much needed for both. We know that he wants a big contract, and we know the Texans have the money for it. To me, I know we said this off air. You told me I can't have anybody.
You can't have everybody.
So that being said, Jay, I would rather go more towards the defense side than the offense side. So I will want him in my defensive line, him and Will Anderson in the edge, and have him right there and with the guards and going against the guards. That's what we need, man. So yeah, you're gonna have to outbid them, with other teams, because we know that it all starts with the front seven, either or from the offense or defense side of the ball, and we see that the D linemen, the O linemen are getting paid, So yes, I would like to see him in Houston, man.
I'm going to anger you. He is a Colt to me.
He's a Colt.
He's a Colt. Like
Ooh.
that would be perfect. That what they like I just said, they need more front seven talent. They got Zaire Franklin, and they got the other linebacker.
Yeah.
I think, and yes, the Texans have more cap space, but the Colts.
The Colts are up there on cap space as well.
But that could be their big ticket item. I don't see him going to Tennessee because of Jeffrey Simmons already. I can't see him going to the Patriots. They got to pay Barmore. Chicago would be nice.
Yeah.
But out of the Texans or the Colts, that's where I would like to see him play.
Yeah. To me, it's, I was like, man, like the Texans right now. I mean, like, I get it, man. They're my team, man. But they're the hot team right now, man. Like, I just come to Houston, man. It sucks in Indianapolis, anyways, man.
Next one, Daniil Hunter, 29-year-old defensive end from Minnesota. I wonder who he could go to. I would like to see him in like maybe Tennessee.
Daniil Hunter?
Daniil Hunter, still productive, still dangerous off the edge. Tennessee or Washington? They've got money for him.
Yeah.
And then they got a need, especially Washington off the edge.
Now I can see him as a Colt.
Maybe.
Yeah. I can see him more as a Colt. And he's only what, 20? What you say he's 26?
29. No,
29. Yeah.
He's played for a while.
Yeah. So if anything, we know that the Colts don't like to spend that much money.
Mhm.
If anything, like I think they could get him like for a good value, and won't make too much out of him because we know that the Colts don't like to spend that much money on players, man. So
They like to develop.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, either develop them or get someone already towards the end of the career, and I think that right there would be a great fit for him. Now I see him as a Colt. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I would love to that. That actually makes a lot of sense. Him as him playing for the Colts.
Yeah.
I could see him in that blue and white.
Yep.
And that'd be a good upgrade for him. All right, so next, Tyron Smith, former Cowboy, offensive tackle,
Mm-hmm.
testing the market. Where would you like to see Tyron?
Ooh, you know what, man? Why not? And inside the division with the Commanders. Yeah. Why not? But
Well,
what?
why? Is because he wants to win.
Yeah, he wants to win. I get it, but he's 33 years old, injury prone. I mean, I mean, I don't know, Jerron. It's like, what can you really expect? Not now. Now, let's say if he wants to like take a pay cut, shit, man, I can see him go to maybe like the Kansas City with the Chiefs. I can see him go over there. Miami.
Hmm.
I don't know.
That's interesting because they have their own injury prone tackle.
Yeah.
So I've been leaning on PFF's grades a lot. He was the sixth best tackle
Yeah.
this year whenever he played. Look out for the Jets. I could see
Oh
him
yeah,
going
yeah.
to the Jets.
To the Jets is a good one.
I could see him going to hell. I wouldn't want to see him in Tennessee, but they could probably give him the contract that he's looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably Kansas City. Kansas City. My number one would be him going to the Jets, though.
Number one to the Jets.
Yeah, Jets.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Let's go to Saquon.
Saquon Barkley.
This is why I say you can't have everybody.
Yeah.
Because I know you have a thing for Saquon and Christian Wilkins.
Yeah.
Where do you see Saquon, or where would you like to see Saquon play?
So Saquon, all right. So like I said, if I had to choose between an offensive player and a defensive player, now if I had to choose an offensive player, this would be my number one as a free agent right now.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see him here, but if I can't, like let's say I already got Watkins in my team, I would like to see him Chargers. Chargers, I could see him in Vegas, but I don't know. But Vegas is just too much. I'm pretty sure he wants to get paid as well. Vikings, bro. What about the Vikings?
Oh yeah, I like that fit a lot for the Vikings.
Yeah.
The problem with the Chargers, they got the least amount of cap
Yeah.
space.
Yeah, true that.
So the Vikings, they have $40 million in cap space. I think my top three would be
Carolina?
No. Carolina. They don't have the luxury of paying somebody. I would go Vikings. I would go Vikings, Raiders, and then I don't know. Probably, the Vikings that does seem like a good.
It does, fit. Man.
I can't find any other great fits. Oh, Baltimore.
To
me, it'll be out of him and Derrick Henry in Baltimore. That's the one.
Yeah.
If they get one of those two running backs, that's solidified even maybe another step for the offense. So the problem with Baltimore is they got their own injury-prone running backs. But I wouldn't be mad at them taking a run at Saquon or Derrick Henry.
Yeah. Yeah. So what about the Titans? You think no?
Titans don't have the luxury of doing the shiny object.
Yeah.
They need to just draft because they don't have a top 12 roster. They don't have a top 16 roster.
Yeah.
They're in the bottom half of the league when it comes to their roster. and you don't add a running back to that.
Yeah.
So let's go to Jonathan Grenard, 27-year-old edge rusher from the Texans. He had 12 and a half sacks, which is sixth. He finished sixth amongst edge rushers in pass win rate. He and Will Anderson balled out together.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's going to have a price tag on him.
Yep.
You willing to re-sign Grenard right now, or would you like to see if you can get maybe a cheaper edge rusher, or maybe draft the edge rusher?
All right. So Grenard, he's what, 28?
27,
20
about to be turning 28.
Yeah. All right. So he's gonna be 28 this year. Man, you know what? I would love for the Texans to re-sign him.
Mm-hmm.
But we know he wants to get paid. And, you know, the past 2 seasons, man, he's been having over double digit sacks.
Yeah.
I don't see why not, man. I don't like the fact that the Texans have not signed him yet. Is pretty shocking to me. But if he doesn't stay with the Texans, I can see him in Chicago, bro. Chicago be a good fit from over there.
Side of Montez Sweat.
Yep.
I like it.
Yep.
I think he's gonna end up staying in Houston.
You think so?
Yeah, they got too much money. They can't just be letting people walk out the door. So let's go on to let's kind of rapid fire some of these names. Calvin Ridley.
Calvin Ridley to the Chiefs.
Oof.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with that. That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, the talkative, shit talking safety from Detroit. Where would you like to see him?
Man. You know what, man? There's so many teams out there that need safeties. I don't know. Buffalo?
Okay. Buffalo. Me,
Yeah.
I would like to see him in Dallas.
Dallas?
I want one of them hotheads in Dallas.
Yeah.
I want somebody who's going to get in somebody else's face. Let's toughen this thing up a little bit. Another safety, Xavier McKinney from the Giants, 25-year-old free agent.
Yeah.
Denver, something like that.
Yeah.
You can go to Denver. Marquise Brown, speedy 27-year-old wide receiver.
Hollywood Brown.
Yeah. He now for me, now that's KC all written all over it.
Okay.
He can do a little bit of the Tyreek stuff, and he can really do 100 times better than what Kadarius Toney gave him.
Yeah.
So ship Kadarius Toney out, bring in Marquise Brown, and that's dangerous.
I say Marquise Brown to the Titans, bro.
To the Titans?
Yeah.
Ugh, that's a terrible fit.
I mean, go back with your teammate with D-Hop.
Yeah, but I just don't see. Yeah, I don't see them. I think they like the big body receivers.
Yeah.
They're gonna get them a Rome Odunze or Malik Neighbors in the draft, something like that.
Yeah.
For me, Stephon Gilmore. He's 33 years old. Came off a 1-year deal in Dallas. I still think he's a good corner.
Yeah.
I would like to see him back in Dallas, but if not, Buffalo.
Buffalo? Yeah.
Go back to Buffalo. He played in Buffalo. He started in Buffalo.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can see him going back to Buffalo.
I say the Lions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, that's not bad. Lions would be a good. They need secondary help.
Mm-hmm.
That's not bad at all. Patrick Queen. Linebacker from Baltimore, 25 years old. I'm gonna just go ahead and throw Cowboys in there. They need a linebacker bad. He turned up a little bit more this year, and they got Roquan Smith in Baltimore, so he was expendable a little bit. So, yeah, Dallas would be perfect for him.
All right, so let's say in the scenario that it's funny you go with your home team. I'm about to go with my home team as well. Let's say the Texans can't get Saquon and they can't get Carlos. That'd be my third person for the Texans to get because we need help in the linebacker room as well, man. So
that's another good fit, Fredo. Like y'all got the money for him. He looks like he would. He looks like a Texan too.
He does, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually go with that.
Yeah. But if the Texans can't get him, I say he goes to y'all.
I don't think they'll pay up for him. That was more of a wishful thinking. But I think the Texans can actually pay him what he wants and then get him. Derrick Henry.
Ravens.
Ravens.
Yeah, because the Ravens try to get him before the trade deadline, and I'm pretty sure now they go get him for cheaper.
Yeah, Ravens. Gabe Davis.
Ooh. See, this is the thing right here, man. Like, man, if Gabe Davis wants to really piss off Buffalo, he go to Kansas City, bro. How old is Gabe Davis? 28?
Gabe Davis
27?
is 25 years old.
Shit, he's young. So, so he wants to get paid. He wants to get paid, so he's not going to Kansas City. Maybe he does a 1-year deal in Kansas City. But so let's say this is his one time. He had a great year. Also, if anything, I want to say he had a better year than Stephon Diggs, if not a little bit similar. But they were right there, man. Diggs then doing great this year. Let me see, man. What's a team that needs a wide receiver bad right now, man?
For me, I'm gonna give him to the Titans. Now he looks like a Titans player to me.
Yeah, he does look like a scumbag. Yeah,
Titans or the
Jags,
Cardinals. Titans, Cardinals, or Jags.
Yeah,
those are all good landing spots for him.
Because I feel the Cardinals are going to get what's his name, Marvin Jr.
Marvin Harrison.
Yeah, Marvin Harrison. I feel like
most likely they're going to end up with him, but they still need more.
Exactly.
They still need more. Let's go. The next one would be Chase Young. All
right.
25-year-old free agent air rusher for the last play in the Super Bowl with the 49ers.
Yeah. Bro, you know what, man? To the Ravens. I can see him go to the Ravens.
I don't know if he'll fit their culture.
Yeah, you're right, man. Because man, like the reports out of him, man, that he's very lazy, man.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like I don't know what team will pick him up. Most likely be a trashy team then, if he has that type of attitude.
Look, again, Tennessee, y'all got $80 million to spend.
Yeah.
Go ahead and go. When he hits, he hits.
Yeah.
It's just he's not what everybody thought he was going to be. Indianapolis, another team, a lot of money. Where else? I think that, or go back to 49ers. So those will be my three: Tennessee, Indy, or San Francisco.
Yeah. All right. Have you talked about have you talked about Kendall Fuller yet?
Kendall Fuller, 29 years old. I never thought anything special of him. He's good. I would still throw at him. He's not scaring me.
Yeah.
Send him to Philly. Go ahead.
Okay. Philly. I would say the Raiders for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that too. That's not bad.
Yeah.
My last one would be Josh Jacobs. That's a hot name.
You know what? If I got a Carlos Wilkins, well, what's his name, bro? I keep effing up his Christian Wilkins.
Y'all had Carlos Wilkins play for y'all already.
Yeah. If we had a Christian Wilkins come to the Texans, I would like the Texans to get Josh Jacobs or Tony Pollard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tony Pollard's on that list also, but Josh Jacobs wants money. It seems like he is gonna end up back in Oakland, or back in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
they're talking to him right now to try to get him under contract. Um, let's see. Tweet from Connor Hughes: if the Giants were to lose Saquon Barkley to the Eagles or Texans, both of whom are involved in a $10 million annual price per year. So Eagles and Texans
Yeah.
are talking about Saquon
Saquon
Barkley
Barkley, yeah.
at $10 million plus.
Yeah.
They would pivot to Tony Pollard for the Giants. So Tony Pollard might go to the Giants. Also, how do you feel about 10 million plus for Saquon Barkley?
All right, so we know that he's the top running back coming out. He hasn't. He shows great flashes, man, when healthy, man.
Yeah.
To me, the most I'll pay for him be no more than 11 or 12 million, bro.
Man, that's a lot.
I know it's a lot, but because you know why, Jerron? Because you're gonna have to outbid. Now we're just with the Eagles. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be another team that's right now keeping on the low, that's not trying to make that much noise of him, man. But I feel like there's gonna be another teams out there go want him, man. And you have to front out a lot of money to get him in here, man.
I think his first pick will probably be the Eagles because the area, the team he can go against.
He played for Penn State.
Played in Pennsylvania. But so you will have to outbid him. I'm just not outbidding for
a running back.
Not fighting for a running back.
That's what I'm saying. Like to me, it's Christian first, and then Saquon, and then it'd be the linebacker Queen from the Ravens. Those are my top three. That I hope the Texans can get one of those three. But I'll probably go for defense though.
So, but they're saying you're in the running. Yeah. You are in the running for Saquon.
Shit, hey Jerome, hey bro, that'd be some crazy shit, man. If the Texans can pull off Christian and freaking Saquon,
they got the money.
They got the money, man. But that'd be some crazy shit, man. Next week I'll come over here and do a backflip, man.
Oh, I love to see that. Steven, you get the camera ready for this backflip. Other than that, that's all I got.
So you got?
Yeah.
Okay. Free agency, man. Like it should be starting within the next couple more minutes, man.
Starts 2 minutes.
2 minutes. So let's just wait out here, bro. See what happens because something's about to happen.
Yeah. I'm checking now. It looks like Leonard Dickerson for the Eagles got a good contract. Other than that, we already talked about Michael Pittman. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. So and there's so who all right, so I already said who I want the Texans to get. So who do you want the Cowboys to get now, bro? Your top three free agents.
Free agents?
Yeah.
Number one would probably be Derrick Henry at a good price tag.
I mean, that'd be nice. For 1 year deal? Or you want him multiple?
Oh yeah, we could do a 1 year deal. This is all in season. Other than that, I would like a Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. Got to look at how he performed. It's a good name, but that secondary in Detroit wasn't anything special.
Yeah.
Justin Simmons.
Oh yeah.
I would love Justin Simmons to come over, and Patrick. Actually, the Seahawks released Bobby Wagner.
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah.
Bobby Wagner shouldn't cost that much money. Go ahead and he came off a really good season. I think he had like 133 tackles or something like that. It's something crazy. I would like to see I would like to see him in Dallas at a reasonable. All these have to be reasonable prices.
Because all of them are up there in age. Bobby Wagner's what, 34?
Yeah, he's up there. But they had interest whenever Quinn was there. I don't know how Mike Zimmer feels about Bobby Wagner, But yeah, everything the Cowboys work on a budget.
Yeah.
Like they never overspend. Well, I wouldn't say never. They haven't overspent for a free agent in a while. So yeah, man, he had 183 tackles.
Sheesh.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it is, especially for his age.
183 tackles is crazy for anybody. Um, check what Ian Rappaport is saying. Yeah, I mean, I don't see any new news. We still got to wait for teams to finalize.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's all I got.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's wrap it up. What do you think?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do it.
All right. Well, thank you for tuning in to the Shield Football Podcast. Like always, please hit that like, subscribe, tell your friend to tell their friends about this podcast and help us out with those likes. It don't cost nothing, people. Just do that. Boom. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That right there will help and grow the channel. Until then, we see y'all next week and later, man. Hopefully, big news next week, man.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about all these signings.
Oh yeah. All right, man. From us, from the Shield. Thank you. Have a great day and have a great weekend. See you next week. Later.
Peace.